You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Halt and Catch Fire After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Halt and Catch Fire After Show.
Hey there, Halt and Catch Fire fans. What's going on? Welcome to AfterBuzz TV, talking about Season 1, Episode 8 of Halt and Catch Fire 214s. I'm Matt Lieberman, and joining me, as always, fantastic and talented Miss Yael Tygiel is here.
Hi, everybody.
And the bad boy of indie comedy, Jessie Klein is here.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Isaac Johnson couldn't join us today. He's having a little neck pain. He injured himself on a shoot over the weekend. We wish him well and send him some nice tweets.
Yeah.
Send him some nice tweets. Keep him company with the tweets.
Yeah.
Warm tweets to keep him warm.
To massage his neck.
His neck. Yeah.
With your tweets.
With the tweets. This episode, just feels like the world's biggest reward for wading through just the sad and the disappointment that our characters have faced at every turn, and Gordon's slide into just a pure audience hatred.
Yeah.
And then everyone becomes their best self this week, and it's amazing.
The entire last third of this episode, I think, while I was watching it, I was just watching it like this.
Right?
It was just yes,
just cheering.
yes.
Yeah. It felt almost like pure fan service.
Yeah.
And I can think of another recent AMC drama, Low Winter Sun, that never gave us the reward episode. And this was very much a reward, and everyone kind of clicked in, man, and it was just such a joy to watch. It's my favorite episode since the pilot. It might be my favorite more than the pilot.
It felt like that scene that they've been using a lot. Superhero movies are super popular right now, and it's like that scene where all of the team finally comes together, and you see the dynamic, and it's even that person's coming in.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's that shot in the Avengers where they spin around the whole Avengers assembled for the first time.
The 360 shot.
Yeah.
Except this time they're in a car.
And it's an hour long. Yeah.
But it felt that way.
How do you feel, Yo?
It definitely, I hated Gordon. Every episode I was like, no, there's no reason to like him. There's no reason. And this episode they were like, remember how we made you hate him? You're welcome.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was such a gift.
Yeah.
No, it really is to make you so dislike someone and then to see them so thoroughly bounce back and become their self-actualized self, and we remember why we loved him in the first place.
Yeah.
And him realizing maybe not all the things that he did wrong, but making up for them in a big way by saving everyone's bacon and saying, no, the dream is alive, and we're all a part of it.
It's literally his last shot at ever being what he thinks he should be. And we see the stakes of it for him in this one as well, because we know that if the giant doesn't work, then his relationship with his wife doesn't work.
Yeah.
And without her, I don't see Donna. I don't see Gordon as a living person.
No, not really.
Yeah.
And we're gonna break it all down for you. Let's talk about sort of what's going on at the top of this episode. Everyone's preparing for Comdex.
Super excited.
They got to get them Gulf shrimp, fresh, not frozen, because people can tell.
$2,000.
Oh my God, frozen shrimp are disgusting.
I've never ate a shrimps.
You never ate a single shrimps?
I've never eaten a single shrimps.
Oh well, shrimps are best fresh.
Or a craydid.
A craydid?
Crawdad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crayfish?
A crayfish.
Yeah.
I've never eaten either.
Yeah.
Or
I'm gonna let you guys know the best shrimps are at Hooters.
the best shrimps are at Hooters?
The best shrimps?
Yeah.
How much for a shrimps?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while since I went for the shrimps.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they're racking up, they're listing all this money. I'm like, man, I know Boz was going to put up his house for this. His house can't be worth that much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where is he getting all the money?
And like he and Cameron are like sharing these looks with each other, and it's like, oh, that's right, they're buds.
Yeah.
Why are these buds sharing bud looks?
Yeah, I don't know. Had he shared his money troubles or whatever?
Yeah.
And they're all really, really excited about it. And he goes into his office, and Nathan Cardiff's there, looking like not the devil, but basically like death come to like bring you across the river Styx. And John
that'd be Chiron.
Sorry, Chiron.
Yeah.
And John is immediately shaken to his core. Oh, isn't it great that you're here? We could get you a coffee or whatever. Oh, I'm fine. Good. And then he turns to the camera, ashen face, and he pours himself a drink a little early in the morning for a drink, isn't it, John? You having fun there, Nathan? And he knows what's coming, even if we don't.
Yeah.
Cameron comes into his office, and now I better understand why he reprimanded her. At first I was like, is he trying to like make it look like he doesn't care about the team or something like that? No, it was purely to distance himself from Cameron so that she would not get wrapped up in this hacking thing.
It's like that scene where the guy who raised a wolf from a puppy, and it keeps coming back. He's like, "No, get out of here!
Yeah,
get out of here!"
Yeah.
He like throws the stick at it. And
White
like,
Fang.
White Fang.
Yeah, or the scene in the film Harry and the Hendersons.
Sure,
where,
Harry and the Hendersons
where
also a classic.
the lead Henderson, played by John Lithgow, is like, "Go! We don't want you here."
Bad John Lithgow. That was a bad
That
John.
was the worst Lithgow ever.
I'll work on my
But based
Lithgow.
on true events.
Yeah. Go! That's how he. Watch it again.
I'll watch it again.
Watch it
I'm
again.
pretty sure John Lithgow wasn't a ghost.
Go!
It's a Sasquatch.
Yeah. And Cameron's like hurt.
Yeah,
Very
real hurt.
Really hurt by this. And then
Because they're buds. They were sharing bud looks.
And John doesn't wait. He waits like maybe 2 moments with Nathan, and then he walks back into that meeting, and he says, like, it's not about the computer, it's about the people, and they're not going to take it from us. And we're like, and we're like, oh man, he's getting really passionate. What's going on?
I was like, he knows something is literally within a moment about to happen. He's got to get this out before it's too late.
Yeah, and we see the cops come, and we see a badge flashed, and we're like, what is up? And it turns out he was really inspired by those hackers that were on the cover of Time magazine, and he and Cameron hatched a hacking plot to hack into Nathan Cardiff's bank account and steal thousands of dollars to fund the company after he had said no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also says how much money Cardiff must have if they think that they can steal thousands of dollars and Cardiff won't notice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be so rich. I mean, it's like, why would you fund it this long and not take it all the way, baby?
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Come on, Cardiff.
Come on, Cardiff. You know
baby,
you want
take it all the way,
you know
baby.
you want a taste. We're so close.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, and before this. Joe and Cameron are so excited before they see the badge flashed that we get a nice bit of sexing.
Yeah, just some banging.
Yeah, down in the coding cave.
Yeah, there's so much sex that has in that coding cave. I assume that most of the trash is condoms.
Right, and that everyone else, no one refers to it as the coding cave. They refer to it as the bang dungeon.
The bang cage.
The bang cage. Yeah. Exactly. That's where our project manager and our head of coding.
Right now they're in the bang cage.
They're in the bang cage,
They're
but
making important decisions.
Oh, a place where people bang on keyboards? No, physically.
Bang on a human keyboard.
On a human keyboard.
Yeah.
And play some word perfect.
Play some word perfect.
Play some word perfect.
But yeah, this moment, Gordon post-coitus, or not Gordon, sorry, Joe, post-coitus,
Gordon?
is like, I'm gonna really miss you when we go to Comdex, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna miss you too, and like a relationship moment between these two.
At first, I feel like she's like, I don't know what to do with this.
It seemed like that it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, because it did.
It did.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I worry. I don't know if that's like the truth or if that's like I think she's thinking back to Simon last week and is like, I bet he told Simon he'd miss him too. That to me was like what was going through her head. Like, I don't know if I am able in this moment to enjoy this authentically, because I don't know how authentic it is.
I think it's a bit of that, and I think it's just a surprise that Joe would open up like that. And like she wasn't prepared for it emotionally.
What do you think, Yael?
I think that any smart woman knows that anything a man says directly after is, you can't believe any of it.
Directly before or directly after.
Yeah, it's too hormonally charged.
Yeah.
It's not a clear brain.
He could have even dropped the L word.
Whoa.
Is how, because they looked like it was great.
Likability?
Yes.
High. Likability score through the roof.
High likability score, you high.
Yes. And so Gordon, first of all, he's training his brain to relax by using this tape that like is like half good and half complete garbage.
Yeah.
Like the emotionality and the intelligentially of your brain. It's like that
it's very
level
80s. It's
poorly
super
written.
80s.
Yeah.
I completely forgot those tapes existed.
Yeah.
Because those were like really popular.
They were real popular, especially for like high-powered businessmen, where it's like you'd pop one into your car as you're driving to your 9 to 5.
Yes.
And
Just
be like,
breathe in commonality and breathe out the fear.
Take all the good things in your life and breathe them in through your nose. And take all the sad things in your life and breathe them out. Just let them go.
You are a strong, smart, successful man.
Or
You
woman.
can do anything.
Or woman.
It's
It
the
depends on
80s.
who's listening to this. Look,
Actually, no, it's one or the other. That's why we have two tapes that are exactly the
Yeah.
same, except one with male pronouns and the other with female pronouns. In any case, Joe's
Could've
like,
just said
he's
person.
changed his hair
Saved
and,
money.
and he looks almost like weirdly creepier and more skeletal to me with this like pushed back hair. It just like, it's, I don't know. It creeped
looks
me out.
great.
Do you think he looks better?
He always looks great.
Yeah, he does look great. I'm not saying that Scoot McNairy is not a good-looking person.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, like, the pushed-back hair and the turtleneck is just a very different look.
everyone looks more business this episode. Even Cameron might have had a bra on at the beginning of this episode. She was wearing like a smart sweater, and like
a very smart sweater.
and like her hair was done, and like just like she seemed like she was like more professional. I think her relationship with John might have like pushed her a little bit more to be like
to give her
take
the
it a little bit more
confidence.
seriously. Yeah.
And to give her the confidence that she can assimilate a little bit without losing who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after the sex, she did not put a bra on.
No,
But
she did not.
But at the beginning, she seems a little pro. Everyone seems a little pro.
Kind
at
of
the
a
beginning
pro.
Of this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, everything's gonna be okay, and then FBI agents.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the first moment since episode 1 that I have loved Gordon,
Yeah.
where he sees what's coming, he locks the door, and he dismantles that computer so that it does not look like a computer.
Yeah.
And I have never been more excited. And I'm just shouting at the TV, Gordon! That's my boy! My boy Gordon!
You know what I wrote? That he buried that giant so that they couldn't take it away from him.
Bro,
And I was like, yeah, man.
Nice.
your reference game is just through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He buried that giant so that they couldn't take it away.
And so it's in pieces, and I'm like, we're gonna come back to this. But he goes home. Meanwhile, at the house, Donna takes a step outside,
Turns the sprinklers
turns
on.
the sprinklers on, and discovers Hunt, who's been standing outside for a while, and he's nervous, a little sweaty.
Yeah.
And he's you're an incredible woman.
She destroyed him.
Yeah, she ruined
She
him.
destroyed him.
She tore down
She's
this.
so beautiful. She destroyed
She's
him.
so beautiful and intelligent,
Yeah.
and is like
Amazing,
everything that any man would want in a partner.
Yeah.
But he already has a partner who he does love.
Canadian Asian wife.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't beat that combo. And
Yael, have you ever destroyed a man?
Just one?
You've destroyed many men?
Yeah.
Have you destroyed amends?
Yes.
Oh.
Amens.
Amends.
Okay.
Yes. So Donna walks back into the house with just like with this smile of just like, oh my God, he does care.
Yeah.
He's thought about me. This man is tortured over his thoughts over me. Maybe this will progress. Maybe I don't have to feel terrible about this. Maybe this wasn't a rejection after all. And she walks in to Skeleton Gordon in his and he's like at the table, he's like, Donna, we need to have a discussion. And she's like, okay, you caught me in a private moment. I'm really kind of embarrassed that you saw that.
Yeah.
What's up? And he's like, I know that we're overextended in every aspect of our financial life, and that we would only continue to spend more money.
This is before he goes to Cardiff.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know the FBI is doing anything at this moment.
Oh, this is before the FBI?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is just with Comdex.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was just for Comdex.
Right. And yeah, he really wants to go to Comdex, and he's bummed that he's not going. He's so excited to go. That first scene where he's like, and the party scene, the parties.
You gotta get it at this hotel because otherwise you're waiting in line for a cab.
Yeah, Debbie. I mean, if you're really gonna do Comdex right, you gotta stay at this hotel, and you're just gonna start at the penthouse and go to every party all the way down. I wonder what suit I should bring. Maybe not the blue one because I don't want people to think I'm with IBM. Those guys are losers.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
We're punk rock.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a victory lap with my new computer. And then he finds out he's not going, and he's furious. He throws a Gordon tantrum.
A Gordy fit.
A Gordy fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all before the S hits the fan.
Yeah.
But now he's like, I know we're not supposed to overextend, and we're only supposed to spend for emergencies, but I need to go to Comdex because Joe doesn't want me there, and I'm really sad about it. So I charged like $500 to our credit card, which we really can't charge, but it's important because I'm sad.
Also, this is me, your sad husband.
Also, this is me, your sad husband, who is always needy and always takes and never gives.
Remember when I dug a hole in our backyard?
Yeah, that was crazy, but I'm not crazy. This is normal.
Oh, you know what we skipped over, by the way?
Creepy neighbor?
Creepy neighbor.
Yeah, our old buddy.
Hey, is everything all right? I noticed you sawed your backyard the other day.
Okay, I did come by your house once to murder you, but we're just gonna gloss over that point, aren't we? This is Texas.
I'm in the same bathrobe that I've been the last 3 times you saw me too.
When I'm not outside, I just stay inside and I stare at my mustache, watch it grow, and then trim it compulsively. Yeah.
And I just whisper Gordon over and over again.
While putting makeup on, and then taking it off and putting it on again, and lighting small things on fire. Yeah. Okay. Before we move on, because we still have a lot to cover, I just want to mention iTunes one more time. Folks, please go to iTunes, rate and review the show. We love 5-star ratings. It really does support what we're doing here and what everybody's doing here at AfterBuzz TV. It's how we're able to get sponsors and guests on all of our shows. It just takes a second, doesn't cost a dime, and you get to have your opinion heard, not just by us, but by the entire audience, okay? Because you get a great shout out. So please, please, please go to iTunes, rate and review the shows you watch or listen to. All right, so Gordon has Cameron and Joe over for a little garage meeting.
A little garage meet.
Yeah, a little garage meet.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. And he's pissed. He's pissed at Joe. He thinks Joe's behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that he thinks Joe's behind it.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Cameron has told Joe.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has revealed that she is the one who infected it.
Behind Joe's back.
Yeah.
And he's furious about that with her.
Yeah.
I love that Gordon is like, no, you knew. Like, you knew, you're behind it. And then he tells Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh, drops a truth bomb.
He drops the truth that Joe cost Cameron her first run at the BIOS just to get that PR, even though it she nearly killed herself over it.
Yeah, she didn't eat that roof sandwich.
It was the worst moment of her life not eating that roof sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. It probably was a chick parm.
You think it's a chick parm?
I was thinking chick parm.
I was thinking a pesto chick.
Oh, did they do pesto chick back in the 80s?
I bet they did a pesto chick back in the 80s.
I bet they did a mean pesto chick back in the 80s.
I bet it was toasted on either side as well. And you got a little red pepper, just like a little red bell pepper with that pesto chick.
Do you think Parmigiano Reggiano, or do you think it was like full provolone?
I think I'm going full Provi.
Full Provo?
Full Provio.
All right.
What do you think about sandwiches?
So, Joe.
Now we know what happens when Isaac isn't here. This is what Isaac brings to the table. He stops us from doing bits.
I let you do what you need to do.
Oh, thank you, y'all. You're so nice.
I'm the nicest.
Yes. So she socks Joe in the mouth.
Boom.
He
Pow.
deserved it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Deserved it.
He did
beautiful.
deserve it. It was lovely.
It was a big punch.
I know. I thought she was going for a slap, and then I saw the closed fist, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, hell yeah, she's punk rock.
Yeah.
She's edgy.
She could have broken her hand.
Yeah.
Or his beautiful face.
Oh, that's true.
It's indestructible.
Yeah, I feel like that jaw is made out of obsidian.
I'd like to find out.
Yeah. Maybe someday you will. So,
Just
yeah.
let me check and see if this jaw is made
Cameron
of
goes
obsidian.
home, and she's hanging out with all the other programmers, and they're all like, oh man, Bosworth's the worst. I can't believe he stole all that money. I bet he's like got a mistress or something.
Bag of dicks.
Yeah, he is a walking bag of dicks. Have you
Yeah.
ever noticed how he never takes his suit off at the office? It's because his whole body
Made of dicks.
made of dicks.
Yeah.
And the suit is the bag.
Is the bag. Yeah, we got it.
So, Donna calls her mother, Donna and her mother. Her mother's there.
Well, first Gordon calls Donna at work.
Yeah, and is like, "Hey,
It's over.
it's over.
We don't even see what Gordon says.
We're
We-
screwed."
Yeah.
Yeah,
We just see Donna just like reacting
we can't go back to this.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to just go back?
Yeah. Especially since the last few episodes, all Donna's been doing is like talking about how great Gordon is and how they have this agreement with the Giant and like Cardiff, and about how like this is really going to work and it's not going to be the same, and just to have it be the exact same thing. Like you see, she's like, I have a meeting, I have to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She didn't have a meeting.
She did not have a meeting.
I'm really just loving that in the past few episodes we've seen her hang up on him multiple
Yeah.
times. And I'm like, good for you. Because she had, like, that time that she called him and she was having a great day and he wanted to talk about how terrible things were.
Yeah.
Hated him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Donna, you hang up.
Yo, have you ever broken a man then hung up on him?
One?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So Donna talks to her mom, and she admits to her not really affair, but to her dalliance.
I love her mom.
It was like bound to happen.
Bound to happen. Been hoping for it for years.
When she tells her that they didn't actually sleep together, her mom's like, then what are we talking about?
Yeah, what the hell? I thought I was getting details.
If you didn't touch him down there, then I don't even care.
Didn't happen.
This is worse than my stories.
Yeah, no, I loved seeing her mom's face come alive when she's like, "Oh, you cheated on Gordon? This is the best day of my life."
And like, honey, we love Gordon
Because you love him.
Gordon.
Yeah. But if you don't want to love Gordon anymore, we're totally on board with whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Basically tells Donna, like, do what you think is best for you. Leave Gordon, please.
Yeah.
Do what you think
is best
for you.
But if you leave Gordon, we're going to take care of you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Do whatever
you want to do,
you feel.
but leave your
Leave
husband.
your husband, yeah.
But no, seriously, you make your own choice.
As long as it's leaving your husband.
Both your parents who love you very much want you to leave your husband.
Basically.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gordon is...
G-Man.
Yeah. He does a little espionage mission. He breaks into Cardiff and he steals all the components of the computer.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
He goes and he parks, I believe, in his spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
What? There's no one there. You're breaking into a crime scene.
Yeah.
Shouldn't your car be closer?
I know. That was the funniest thing. That was the funny. I wrote
Oh,
that
you're
down
watching
too.
him run back all that way?
It was like there's so many parking spots so close.
No, they would have suspected that, okay? If they're watching those parking spots, but not the other
Also,
ones.
if they have a video camera, they'll just be like,
What spot is
we
that?
can't make out his face, but he parked specifically in Gordon's spot.
In Gordon Clark's spot. Hey, doesn't Gordon Clark drive a car just like that?
Yeah, and that's his spot.
That's his spot. And then a man about his height walked into the building and then ran out like a little pansy.
Well, before
Officer,
that,
are
went
you
into
saying you
his
have-
office.
What?
Went into Gordon's office.
Yeah, went to Gordon's office.
Stole Gordon's things.
Yeah, clear profile of who it is.
I would say it's all circumstantial.
No, clear profile.
It's pretty circumstantial.
It's in cement.
Oh.
It's cement-stantial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got it locked down.
Yeah. So Gordon steals all the components of the computer and is hastily rebuilding it at home.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, when Donna comes in, and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Honey, everything's okay. Everything's fine. I have it, and we're gonna take it to Comdex anyway. Just be crazy with me. Let's do it."
Stole it? You
Yeah.
stole it? Isn't
Yeah.
that evidence? It's like, if it was evidence, they would have taken it with them.
Yeah. It's just stuff.
Yeah.
It's just stuff that happens to be a computer. Come on, baby.
That happens to be evidence.
Yeah, yeah. And she's like, "What? We can't do this." And he grabs the symphonic, which we see for the very first time.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And he smashes it. We got our smashing. Not just that. I thought we were going to get a Joe smash,
Yeah.
but he
Me too.
smashes the smasher.
Yeah. What's he going to smash with if he doesn't have a smasher anymore?
I don't know. His beautiful hands.
I guess. Or his obsidian jaw.
Yeah, he'll smash it with his jaw of obsidian.
Yeah.
And Gordon lets us in on a piece of information that we weren't previously aware of.
Yeah.
That it was Donna who told her parents not to give Gordon any more money to fund the symphonic.
Yeah.
After it didn't turn on.
Which really hit hard for me because, like, all we've seen of Donna is how supportive
give
she
and
is.
give and give.
And, like, how much she believes in Gordon. And, like, to see, like, how bad it must have been for them with that symphonic that she finally told her parents not to fund it anymore. It must have been real bad.
Yeah. But he's known all this time.
Yeah.
And it has to speak to the lack of support that he brings to this marriage, that he's been resenting it for a very long time.
Yeah.
Well, he says that he was angry for a very long time.
Yeah.
But that he eventually got over it. I put that in air quotes.
I feel like getting over it was going again behind her back and starting work on this computer.
Yeah.
And seeing that it's not just a computer, it's something way better.
Yeah.
It is way better than the symphonic ever would have been.
And we kind of see why at the beginning of the show why Gordon was in this terrible funk is because he was like working this job that he hated, and he didn't think his wife believed in him. And this
Yeah.
was like the first thing that his wife could believe in him again. Like, of course, he jumped on so strongly. Like,
Yeah.
it really kind of spoke for his backstory.
Yeah, and I think there are two very important things going on here. One, he's accepting that this group accomplishment of this computer far outweighs his solo accomplishment of the symphonic. Which is not really a solo accomplishment.
it's
he worked on it
double
with
accomplishment
Donna,
with Donna.
but he keeps referring to it as a solo
Right.
accomplishment.
Yes.
So accepting, especially Cameron's, but also Joe's contributions to what this thing is, and that it is way better than the symphonic ever would have been.
Yeah.
Thinking about someone outside of himself for the first time in months. Okay, and the second thing, at least that we don't realize yet, is the ring. Is that he has finally not only forgiven his wife for shutting down the symphonic, but celebrating that she believed in him to give him his start in the first place, and that he wants to believe in her. Once this thing is up and running, he really does intend to change, or at least he has the intention is different from action,
Yeah.
but at least the intention is there and it feels real.
And once they no wonder he wants to sell their first computer, because he wants to give it to her.
Yeah.
Because that was the promise he made that we find out later.
Oh yeah, and that makes it even more heartbreaking, the symphonic thing, because that was supposed to be the first computer that they sold, and then she shut down the dream that would bring her ring.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's real sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Yael?
I love that we got the whole backstory of their relationship. I like that we got to hear about how they met and the importance of the ring and what it meant. And that, together they were going to build this life. And I think it's really sad is the word we're going with.
Yeah, I would say sad.
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 It was sad.
Breathe in all the sadness. Make yourself real bummed out. Now breathe out anything that makes you happy. Forget that puppies exist. All right, welcome to Being Melancholy with Jessie Klein.
I also love that when Donna is telling him that he's going crazy, and he knows that he's going crazy, and he explains that she used to be crazy with him.
Yeah, be crazy.
And he says, be crazy with me.
And
that is so ridiculously romantic. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I found that to be
more romantic than giving her an engagement decoder ring.
I don't know if more. I would say those are equally romantic.
Well,
Yeah.
And it's like at some point you decided you had to be the sane one, and which I feel like they have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
There should be someone sane in this relationship.
Right.
I feel like that's the point when she decided, I'm giving birth. Maybe I should be the sane one.
Maybe I'm responsible for the lives of 2 daughters. I should not be crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Gordon was laying down real speeches this entire show. Like, we'll get to the one that he gives later, but
Right. That speech, which is like so real that I'm almost like, this is too perfect to be coming out of Gordon.
yeah, well, like he out Joe's Joe,
Right.
Like he
Out of
shows
nowhere.
he shows Joe how an actual speech that comes from reality,
From the hot.
from the hot. Give it from the hot, Gordy.
Give him from the hot rack.
Come on, Gordy.
Come on, God. In any case, Joe is at his apartment. He has smashed his smasher, or not yet. He calls Jim, trying to do some pre-sales, trying to just get some cash flow back in the Cardiff mix. And Jim's like, "Well, no, we're gonna stick with IBM." Well, IBM doesn't have a portable. Oh no, they're working on one. They haven't unveiled it yet, but they're gonna unveil it at Comdex, and it'll be available next year. And Joe's like, "Goodbye, Jim," and he picks up the bat, and we're like, oh man, smashing time.
And it breaks the bat.
Snap.
Symbolism. Snap. Symbolism.
Snap. Symbolism. And he leaves. He goes, I assume,
To New York.
yeah, to New York.
He goes straight to New York City.
Straight to New York City.
Yeah.
And he confronts his father, Joe Sr.
Yeah. Now we get the symbolism.
Yeah. And he's like, why are you doing this specifically to me?
Yeah.
This is exactly what is happening. You have an agenda and you're trying to crush me. And Joe Sr.'s like, do you really think that I have the power to do all of that? And part of me is like, yeah, you do.
I do believe it. I think specifically the dad did do it to bring Joe back to IBM.
Because it worked.
It worked. He's back in New York.
He's back in New York.
He's back in New York. He's talking to his father, and the dad has this speech where he's like, yeah, I sent your mother away and told you she was dead 25 years before she actually was, and you don't have any of her in you. And you're not a dreamer like she is. Like a real person would take the job at IBM and do all this stuff. But we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Because Joe versus the Storm, sequel to Joe versus the Volcano, where he takes the flashlights and he's clearly a dreamer. He clearly has that vision, and the dad's just trying to suffocate it though.
We finally have all of the pieces as to of Joe's history, that he spent a year, or was it 2 years, in a hospital bed because his mother, who was a drug addict, brought him up to this roof to look at the stars.
But at least she brought him up.
At least she brought him up.
Yeah.
At least she brought me up there, Dad.
Yeah.
She gave me the courage to dream and to want things in life and not just to work my whole life and be stodgy and rich.
Come on, Dad.
Come on, Dad.
I broke your dumb bat.
Yeah. I love it. I love that he broke the bat.
Yeah, me too.
And that because of that incident, his father sent him away. Now, we had been talking about, does Joe have all this resentment towards his mother, or because she failed him, no, not at all.
Yeah.
He has resentment toward the father who took one screw up, albeit a big screw up, but one screw up, and cost him
his mom
decades of a relationship with his mother because he so badly wanted him to turn out like him and not like her.
Yeah.
And we get the answer, most of the answer, I guess. I don't know if I accept that it's the full answer of where he's been for the last year, that he's been looking for anyone who knew her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so, sad.
and romantic.
It is really sad.
I wouldn't say it was romantic.
Well, not like romantic, but like a romantic notion.
Like a romantic story.
Yeah.
Like from the romantic
Not like-
era.
No, I know, but I don't see it. I see
There's
it
a
as sad.
quest for mom?
It's sad. It is very sad.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think there's something very powerful. It's the single most emotional and is beautiful a better thing,
Yes.
a better
Yeah.
word for it?
Yes.
It's the most beautiful thing I ever could have imagined him doing.
Yeah.
Is trying to reclaim that connection. But ultimately, it still expressed itself most fully as anger, and I think that's why he was so dead set on taking down IBM by creating his own thing.
Yeah.
And basically saying, I can beat you at your own game, Dad. Look at me now.
Yeah.
Watch me fly.
But his dad breaks him down, man. His dad really just
So
breaks him
easily.
down.
And he's like, well, I'd have to be in charge of the portable. I'd have to be in charge of the portable.
I get ice cream after dinner.
Yeah. And we're so sad, and we're like, no!
Come on, Joe.
No, don't do it.
Be your mom.
Be your mom. Be your mom. Be your mom.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah. And so he goes back, he starts heading his way back to Texas. Meanwhile, Gordon has tracked down Cameron at the arcade, and he's like, listen, I know I've been a dick. I've been
To you at work.
to you at work, and she's like, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever. He's like, listen, I have the computer. We're still gonna take it to Comdex.
stole it.
Yeah, I stole it. You stole it? Yeah, I'm just like you.
I'm punk rock, baby.
Yeah, I'm punk rock like you. Black flag.
Edgy.
I'm not wearing a bra either.
Yeah, I've been wearing one this whole time, but I finally took it off.
That's why he went crazy.
That's why I went crazy.
blood flow, lack of blood flow.
So he's like, fine, if you don't want to go, I'll model the computer without you. I'll explain your weird operating system without you. I mean, it's like
it's like having your mom in the computer.
right? And he knows that he's got her on the hook.
Super punk rock, right? Having a mom and a computer?
And she's like, oh, I can't not. I have to go.
Yeah.
So they go to Joe's place, and he's not there. So she opens the door with her keys, like, oh, you have a key. And he sees Joe's place for the first time. He's like,
so funny.
He already took everything.
He's like, he already left. He already left. Jeez.
Yeah, and she's like, no, this is just how he lives. It's like, ugh.
I don't know anything about him, I guess, except that he really likes glass.
Yeah. And I wonder if, because he mentions a couch later.
Yeah.
I'm like, does he think that he took his couch with him and left everything else?
I guess.
Yeah. So they have this, long conversation at night.
Yeah.
And she's like, tell me about your first time. I remember my first time. And we're like, oh, are we getting juicy stories? And she's
Really?
talking
That's
about,
what you guys expected?
no, but I'm just like,
I
this is.
feel like they were playing that kind of a
That's what,
joke.
right, it was a misdirect.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why on earth would they be having that conversation? Oh, this makes sense.
It was a poorly done misdirect.
Right.
I think they knew that no one, whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
In any case, she talks about her first computer experience with an Apple II, and he's like, God, you're young. And Gordon tells this story. First of all, also important fact, drinking soda, and he turns down her offer of actual liquor.
Yeah.
He's not drinking.
Mm-hmm.
He's the sanest he's been in his entire life.
I think he had a beer.
When?
I'm pretty sure he had a
They were
can of
drinking
beer.
root beer.
No, it was
Oh,
root beer. It was a root
Okay.
beer,
They were
pal.
both
Was it
drinking
root beer?
Yeah, it wasn't a Dr. Pepper, but it was a root beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
No orange soda this episode.
No, odd,
Well, Joe
shocking,
doesn't
strange.
keep orange soda in the house.
Yeah, that's true.
If Cameron's been coming over for bang sessions, you'd think Joe would keep a 5-liter.
Wrong. You'd think he wouldn't because he doesn't want her to stick around.
It's true.
He doesn't want her to get the illusion that he wants her
Yeah,
to stick around.
he wants her to know that she still must go out into the forest and hunt for sustenance.
For orange soda.
Yes, her sustenance.
Heck, an orange soda.
In any case, he talks about this story of just when he and Donna met, and he realized, this is the one for me. They had this code that was just theirs that they used to communicate, and he made this decoder ring, and the only way that anyone could decode their code was to use the ring. And I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
and even Cameron's like, oh, and then. He was going to give it to her for Christmas, and he can't find it anywhere. He's tearing the apartment apart, and she's like, hey, I have a gift for you. Open it. And it's an Altair kit, and she's like, you can give me that ring when we sold our first computer, and I almost cry.
So cute.
Oh my god! And she's like, oh.
Also, the pizza they were eating looked real good.
Really, to me, it looked terrible.
Well, no, I like bad pizza though.
Oh, okay, then you're set.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I bought it again. I got the same jeweler to make a new one.
That's how much I believe in this.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. And Joe comes home the next morning, and
First we see Donna with the giant.
oh yeah, Donna.
We see Donna with the giant before that speech even, so
Right.
we don't even know what the ring means.
She calls her mom. She calls her mom, and she calls her mom, and she's like, "Can you come get the kids? I have to have a conversation with Gordon, and I don't want them to be here when I tell him."
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes out to the garage, and she boots up the giant, and it asks, "What's your name?" And she's like, "Donna." And at first, she's like, she asks it, she's like, "I want to take everything back."
Yeah.
And computer's like, "I do not have a program called Take Everything Back. What else would you like to do? Or can I help you with anything else?" And she's like, "No, thank you." He's like, "You have very good manners." And it charms her.
Yeah.
And she realizes the potential of this thing. And she remembers all the reasons why she loves him.
Yeah.
And then she finds the ring.
And she finds the ring. And she starts almost crying, off camera crying, I assume.
Yeah.
And so Joe comes back, and Gordon was sleeping in his bed, and he's not happy about that.
But Gordon has a good point. If there was a couch, he would have slept on the couch.
Yeah.
Right. You need to get a couch, buddy.
Yeah.
Get a couch, bro.
And Joe tells them that he's taking a job at IBM, and they're like, "Oh, come on, no!
You dummy.
No, come on! What? Yeah, we have the computer. What? You have the computer? Yeah, I stole it. What? You stole it?
All of a sudden, Joe goes from defeated to like, boom, back on board.
Exactly.
His smile was so beautiful.
Yeah, he just becomes his full self again.
Yeah.
And they're like, "All right, we're going to do this." Well, a little more fighting on Joe's part, but then Gordon gives this awesome
choke slam.
speech. Yeah, choke slam into the glass.
Yeah.
And then Gordon's like, "Hey, man.
That's what we need.
That's what we need to kill it, Comdex." And that's the one line in this whole season.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh. I mean, like, and I get that he's trying to sell him and make a point, but I'm just like, that's what we need to kill it, Comdex. And I'm like, this could have used another
Gordon's
pass.
I didn't like that, but then the thing that followed it, where it's like, look, we're the only company that has their CEO in chains right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna go there and we're giving everyone the finger.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna be like, oh, you think we're gonna crash and burn? Boot up this sucker.
Yeah.
And then flop it out in front of
Flop it out in front of him, and that's like the immediate, like, just cheers.
Yeah,
like,
I was
hell
like,
yeah.
Like they're going punk rock style into the Comdex.
I love it.
Yeah.
We just need money. Your money, Joe. And
my money. Looks like someone actually bought
my BS. All I have is this apartment and my shirts and my car. And how much is your car worth? And he sells his car for the team.
Cut to selling that Porsche.
Yeah, selling the car for the team. And then we just got a couple more stops to make.
It was a beautiful car.
Yeah, beautiful car. And Gordon goes home to tell Donna what's going on, and we think, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We see her sitting there.
She's gonna leave him, and she's like, "I'm coming with you." And we're like, more cheers!
No.
Yeah.
Another person joins the party.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an RPG.
Yeah.
And you're like halfway through, and all the people that like didn't join it yet that you knew were characters are finally joining the party. It's great.
It's real
and you
satisfying.
can finally swap all the characters.
Oh, thank God.
Finally, you don't have to just stick with the one guy at the front.
Yeah.
It's the best part of any role playing game.
Is.
It really
the
is.
best part.
Really the best part.
Yeah. Always go with the monster in there just to keep it fun.
Duh.
Yeah.
And then Cameron's like, we got to make one more stop. And Barry opens the door. Barry. And we're like, are we at Barry's house? Yeah. Barry, get in the car. You're coming with us.
Oh my God, I would have gone crazy. What am I to do? Just sit and keep the car warm.
Yeah.
All right.
That would have been the best. Yeah. But instead, no, it's Boz's house, and Barry is actually Boz's friend. And without even asking, he put up the bail money for Boz.
Yeah.
And how much was bail?
I would say Bale was about. I mean, it was between a tenth of a Barry and a third of a Barry. I mean, we honestly don't know, but I don't think Barry would spend like multiple months worth of Barry pay.
But it wasn't a Barry.
It wasn't
No,
I
a
don't
full
think
Barry
I don't
is
think he went the full B.
$55,000.
Yeah, Bosworth didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, he just stole a bunch of money from a bank electronically. It's not even like
White-collar crime.
Not even a real crime yet.
The three of us could pool our money and get a white-collar person alpha on bail.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, not like a Bernie Madoff.
Oh, no.
But, you know, what?
Like a Buzz.
Like
like a boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
like a brick Madoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bernie Madoff's less powerful cousin.
Sure.
Named Brick.
Sure. Just add that to your list of characters.
Done.
All right. And, you know, Cameron tells Boz, we're going to go do this thing. And I wanted you to know, but there's no way that they're going to believe that you did this on your own. And Boz just like tears through this jargon like a goddamn champion.
Still Southern charm, though.
Mm-hmm. Southern charm, but all of this hacker speak.
You'd think that they'd know better than to, and then just like
and it even runs Kermit. I mean, are you serious?
What's going on?
Yeah, and I just wanted to give him the biggest, warmest hug.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
and he cries. Mm-hmm. So much crying.
So many feels.
Yeah,
and everybody hops in the car, and they might as well have started playing the opening to Born to Be Wild.
Oh, they should have. They really should have.
Maybe not in the budget.
Yeah.
Even though this show has great music.
Yeah.
And they're heading off to Comdex for glory or for despair. Who knows? We'll find out next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's time for predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Now, they didn't have all of the next time on scenes like cut off before it in our recording.
Yeah.
But we will be discussing what we did see. So if you don't want to hear that, you should probably jump out for like the next, I don't know, like minute.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil you.
Yeah. So basically, we see that not everything's going to go right at Comdex. Their room has been declined. The account's been closed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of financial issues, but there's also apparently a party that Joe invites everybody to, and he's like, "You want me to turn it on?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah."
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yale's already turned on. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can't turn it on already.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're probably going to have some trouble next week. Maybe
Yeah.
the computer won't turn on. Symmetry, you know, or something like that. What do you think's going to happen, folks? What do we want to happen?
I want them to go and light Comdex on fire. Like, literally, I think they come in, like, just everyone's, like, all professional and everything like that. They drive their car in through the front, do a sweet slide right into their booth, and, like, the giant comes out and, like, assembles itself immediately, like, plugs in, turns on.
And
like,
meanwhile, a marching band streams through the sides playing Thriller.
Yeah, and then Joe punches the leader of the marching band in the face.
And then takes the baton and then stabs the head of IBM with it.
Yeah.
And then the whole place just explodes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like we're gonna get a version of that.
A version of that.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna go in and just be the bad boys of Comdex. Mm-hmm. Like they're just gonna go in and be like, we don't give a crap about.
But do you think
any
that
of
happens
guys.
next week or the week after?
I think that happens next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I think next week the whole first half is going to be all the drama of they don't have a room, they have to find a place to stay, it's going to be really far, they don't have a booth anymore, all sorts of drama. And then I think what he said.
Either that or
marching bands and stabbing and fire.
Or we got misdirected, and next week is just going to be the road trip of going from Texas to Las Vegas with this hodgepodge group in the car. And then the week after is Comdex, which
I'm down.
I would love that road trip.
I'm down for a bottle episode with our four main characters, especially where they are emotionally right now.
Yeah.
Dope.
Let's
Way
see
into
it.
that.
It's basically a double date.
Yeah, it's basically a double date, and it's also like basically watching a play on television with characters that are finally self-actualized and like being honest with each other.
Yeah.
Great. I love it.
I would love it.
Yeah. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for us here at AfterBuzz this week. I really appreciate you guys downloading or streaming this episode episode. We're going to be back next week with an all-new episode reviewing episode 9. Yael, where can the people find you?
The people can find me online at yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. There you'll find awesome information about the beautiful stylings from Siren's Boudoir. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Plus at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL.
All right, and Jessie Klein.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JessKlein1. You can also find me at the Marin and the Defiance podcast here.
Okay, and you can find me on Twitter at Matt Lieberman. That's MattLieberman. You can also find all my videos for SourceFed and SourceFed Nerd on YouTube. You can also check out my recent spotlight on with comedy veteran Dave Keckner of the Anchorman films and The Office and 1,000 other things, which I just did today. Really, really happy about that. So you can check that out on our YouTube page or on Spotlight on iTunes. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back next week. Good night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.